Good morning. It is Thursday, December the 4th, 2025. I'm headed out from Palm Springs over toward the Paradise Valley Cafe to do a couple of days backpacking up on the south side of San Jacinto. Weather looks great, and hopefully there'll be a little water along the way. Far out seems to think there is. Guess I'll find out. All right, 9:15, 3.7 in from the trailhead. Or is that from the parking?
3.7 from PVC.
PVC, okay. So starting up, going up a little bit. So, my respiration's up a bit, but other than that, feeling pretty good. Trying to throw some snacks down. Oh, look at that rock way the hell up there. It's ready to go. Squats,
Get warmed up.
Mr. Squat.
Go.
One 154.7. Small little pool. Might be a tiny flow, but hard to tell. But definitely water. Yeah. And then up here, somewhere up on these ledges, this guy that I followed, Cowboy, camped up there, right under that rock face. Nice little campsite tucked in there where I stayed one night. And the pool is like 30 yards southbound. All right, 9:50. Just went past Penrod Pool, which was well stocked. And it's in the low 50s. No wind in here. And I'm still feeling pretty good. We haven't had any serious uphills yet. There'll be a couple before camp, but tomorrow will be the larger uphill day. Our two-sat was 95 with an elevated heart rate because we'd just come up a little grade. $11:30, about 0.2 to the gate and another 0.1 to the junction. Feeling pretty good. Nice easy pace, so not getting winded, even though it sounds like I'm breathing heavy now a little bit because we're going up. But overall it's a good day, so whatever. Had a great breakfast this morning, so that probably helped. And I've been snacking, taking a little bit of magnesium. All right, let's get up here, have a little lunch before dropping down to the spring. Yeah, thermo drop saying 47, a little bit of a wind chill. I'm hiking in my Sahara shirt with the sleeves rolled up, leggings, not much else. So I'm maintaining, feeling a little touch cool, but within limits. PCT, Live Oak Spring, Tunnel Spring. Pinion Flats, etc. Dead center, way over there. And I'm guessing the spring is somewhere down in these trees here, so we'll find out. It's a mile off trail. All right, Live Oak Spring. This is, we just went through a nice sunny area with some campsites. Now we're coming into the shady camping area, and the spring should be pretty darn close here. Well, during the hot season, this would be spectacular shade. And the access trail down here was, the tread was great and the pitch was no big deal. So even though it's a mile, it could be a lot worse getting to a spot. Alrighty. Yeah, you can always drop into Palm Springs from here if you really have to. And here's the wonderful water source. And it is chock full and water coming into it with a pretty good flow because we've just had precip the last couple weeks. Yeah, Live Oak Spring. Took us about a half an hour of pretty easy walking down. Go.
8.88 miles, 5 hours, 5 hours 3 minutes, 1,231 calories burned, 2,031 feet of elevation gained, average pace including stops 32 minutes, total calories 1854. Our fastest mile was mile 1, 20 minutes. But mile 3 was 23 minutes too. That was fast.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good for that, for those metrics. And but like I said, tomorrow is going to be closer to 10ish, maybe closer to 11 from camp.
I think it's going to be closer to 12 from camp.
12, okay. Pretty much all uphill.
Plus the extra down to the spring. So it could be 12 and a half. Be pretty easy.
So that'll be a interesting reality check to see how I feel about that. But that's the top out, so everything after that is pretty much downhill. So although with tired legs, even going downhill is not a lot of fun. So we'll see. All right, so the pipe is dripping, not flowing, but the trough is full.
So the last.
We're headed down from the fork about 100 yards from the trough to see what's down here. I've never been down this way. Obviously, this is some sort of a use trail. Here's a tent site. Not great, but okay. And over in here, you could do some gardening and cowboy. And down in there, there's something. We're probably about 100 yards from the little mini junction. Tunnel Spring. So I'm walking back up from this little alternate side use trail back up to the mini junction. And to the left is the spring, about 100 yards maybe. To the right, up the hill. Oh boy. Yeah. Be advised to, unless you're going to intend to camp down here, drop your pack. And trekking poles are useful. And that's where I carry this little mini 1 ounce day pack from sea to summit, I think, because it's easier to carry the water bottles full in that than trying to do it in your hands going up this. Although a shopping bag would be next best thing, I guess. So this is holding the camera pretty level, so you can see it's definitely going up, or maybe you can, because it is. Looking back down the Tunnel Springs Access Trail, PCT is right here. I'm looking southbound. It was about 10 minutes down and 12 up with a bunch of mini stops to catch my breath. We're about, oh God, less than 100 yards from the trail junction. So it's a good idea to hide your packs. You just never know when a bad actor is going to show up. Very few, but they're there. All right, nice day. The low last night I got at Live Oak was, I think it was 39 for a while, but basically throughout the night in my tent was 41, 42, and about the same outside the tent. It's, I think it's a little after 8 right now. All right, a little update here on Friday morning. Our group of 2 had a consensus that we would just make this a one-night ordeal, but neither of us had ever been to Live Oak, and it is really a sweet spot, even though it's a mile off. Down here at Tunnel Springs, which is somewhere around, I'm going to say 0.3, there are a couple of tenting spots and a bunch of cowboy camping spots pretty near the spring. So I've never camped down there, but I've dropped in for water many times because it was shorter, but definitely steeper and more rocky than the Live Oak Springs Trail. All right, headed southbound back to PVC. .33, and here's my ride and hiking partner coming in at the trailhead. Saved me an extra mile of walking, which I don't need. All right, see ya. It's just before noon on Friday. Got back from the overnight a group of 2, we decided to make it an overnight and not press on. And looking back at it all, for me, that was just about right, about 10 miles each way. So all in all, good. More data for the hiking computer, future times, and look forward to getting out again in the near future.